Are you well?
Yes, thank you.
I am pleased. Sometimes Weedy does not know his own strength.
I had a slight headache, but that was over a week ago.
I'm sorry to have kept you waiting, but I had some small matters to attend to in Beirut. I must ask you to excuse the accommodation.
Actually, it's quite nostalgic. Like being back at school again, except for the barred windows.
The man who built this house in the last century had a mad wife.
Who are you?
I'm Siri Fanep.
Dutch-American?
My late husband was. I am Persian.
Why have I been brought here?
To talk business.
Couldn't we have done that in the normal way?
No. First of all, I had to show you that I meant business. Secondly, I had to keep you away from others who had the same thing in mind. You are rather an extraordinary person, you know.
What way?
You are so very virtuous. You have no weakness worth mentioning.
Oh, come now.
I mean weakness I can exploit.
I really don't see
you
why
are a non-smoker. You hardly drink at all. You have no interest in women, but you are not a homosexual. You are too rich to bribe. You are apparently devoid of ambition.
I watch birds.
Why?
I like watching birds.
That is like being a peeping Tom with a scientific excuse. I believe when we first met, you were watching the Great Crested Train Robber.
Yes, I was. Actually, it's the only one in the country.
Really?
Yes, it hasn't been seen here since... Why should you want to exploit me?
Because you have something I need.
What?
Your share in the Templar Cosmetic Company.
No.
I was afraid you might say that. Weedy, I think another visit to the country might be a little more persuasive.
Morning.
Mr. Phil Scrotty?
Mm-hmm.
You really need all those dustbins in the corridor?
My early warning system.
Well, you don't put up much of a front, do you?
I can't. The place is listed as an ancient monument.
That man?
The founder of the firm.
Swear I've seen him before somewhere.
When I'm writing up in my diary tonight, who shall I say came in and patronized me?
I am Sir Wilfrid Templar.
There should be a fanfare. For that announcement, there should be trumpets. Why come to me?
I heard you were honest.
Thing like that gets around, it could ruin a man's business. What can I do for you?
I'm getting extremely wet. What's more, I think you're bluffing.
Look and see.
That bird hasn't been seen in this country since 1921.
So,
So you're going to murder it?
the decision is entirely yours.
Don't be absurd.
Give me what I want. The bird lives. Refuse?
I refuse.
You don't really love birds at all, do you?
Fly away! She's going to shoot you! Fly away! You beastly cat!
Oh,
Get-
wait!
You-
Yes?
Just a minute, I think he's coming now. Code word Bogart, sir. Third time he's been on today.
Thank you, Miss Donna. Crunk here.
Code word Bogart, oh boy. Got something for you. Maybe something, maybe nothing, but I thought I'd pass it on anyway.
I'm sorry that I couldn't be with you before, but I had to attend one of those dreary meetings.
Had a customer in here today. Not my usual scruffy kind of client. Name Sir Wilfrid Templar. Ring any bells?
50% of England's greatest opening partnership.
Say again?
Cricket, old boy. Cricket. Templar and Vaughan. Scourge of the Australians.
Did you say Vaughan?
Templar and Vaughan. They put on 424 for the first wicket at Leeds in 1924. Wilfred Templar and Cyril Vaughan.
Maybe a coincidence, but he asked me to trace a Christopher Vaughan.
It could indeed be a coincidence. Tell me more.
Well, Vaughan's been missing over a week. I understand the police have been informed.
Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. Look, you press on with Sir Wilfred's assignment, and I'll see what I can do at my end. Bye-bye. Inspector Blood and Sergeant Hound.
So, you sent for us?
So we came.
And to polish the car?
Or your halo.
Or walk the dog?
Or dress the cat.
All you have to do is rub the magic lamp.
Lumpen proletariat.
Miss Dunner, get the file on missing persons for the past week, will you please? Christopher Vaughan, the well-known ornithologist. You know him, of course. Was reported missing. He's a diabetic, and if his supply of insulin were to be cut off, he could die. Find him!
A pity your passion for the greater crested train robber proved so shallow. I shall have to approach the problem from another angle. How much insulin do you have with you?
Not a great deal. What happens when it's finished?
We could get more.
But will you? You know what will happen if I don't get insulin?
First, you will go into a coma. Then you will die.
Yes.
I'll trade your insulin for your share in the Templar Cosmetic Company.
No.
Empty-handed, Inspector.
Yes.
You haven't been looking in the right places.
And we've put the ball into your court now. What have you got for us?
Rare birds.
Hook mir nicht kunschunnig.
Oh, do you speak Yiddish, Sergeant?
No.
Rare birds, I assure you. I wasn't insulting your intelligence.
Rare birds.
Exactly, Miss Dunner. In the report which you sent to me concerning the contents of Vaughan's flat, I was very struck by the preponderance of material on rare migrants, and I thought that possibly here was a fruitful line of inquiry.
Hence this.
Quite. This is a list of rare birds seen recently.
An osprey near Easdale, Argyllshire, Scotland. A white robin seen near Knutsford, Cheshire. A greater crested train robber. Oh, that's very interesting, isn't it? First time in this country since 1921. Reported from Desborough, in Sussex.
It could well repay investigation.
We'll have a go. Thanks.
Cossacks.
You sent this list of rare birds to code word Bogart?
Yes, sir.
Good.
Sir,
Yes, Miss Dunner?
what was that Sergeant Hound said to you?
Oh, hook me nicht, chin kunnig. Yiddish expression of disbelief.
What does it mean in English?
Don't hit me with a teapot.
The hypodermic, Weedy. 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 Weedy.
You can't go on doing this, you know. Putting me in a coma, dragging me back out again. Law, diminishing return. Heart won't stand it. I'm very thirsty.
I thought you might be.
Thank you. How long have I been here now?
2 weeks.
And when can I look forward to the next coma session?
If you died, who would inherit your share in the Templar Cosmetic Company?
Come on in.
One of these days, I'm going to wrap those dustbins round your neck.
Stop being virile. She pays well.
And prompt.
And another thing, she's the only person, male or female, who ever came in here and didn't fall over the dustbin.
She wants to know what you're doing about Sir Wilfrid.
2 things. Putting them on, stalling them off.
Anything else she should know?
1 thing. A friend of mine sent me this. Can you read? The Fuzz reckon Vaughn went off chasing some rare birds. They got 3 possibilities there.
Yeah,
You got any white robins in your backyard?
just black panthers. She'd, like to see Sir Wilfrid.
Huh?
Have him there tonight at 10.
But I can't.
10.
Okay. Okay.
How's the judo?
Great. I learned a great new hold last week. Try and hit me.
Oh, no.
Come on, hard as you like.
Oh, no.
I promise I won't hurt you.
You should have remembered I was a southpaw.
Johnson, Dowd, Thompson, Sweet and Myers, Sullivan speaking. Hello, old man. How are things with you? And your gorgeous secretary, Miss Danner? Templar. Sir Wilfrid Templar. Yes, I'm familiar with the name. Templar Cosmetic Company. What exactly do you want to know? Well, as you're probably aware, it's a private company, and as such doesn't really exist for our greedy little ponies, what? No, I'll find out for you, man. Be in touch. Bye.
May I come in?
Please do. Coma time?
Why are you so stubborn?
Perhaps I'm braver than I thought I was.
We haven't really tested that yet, have we?
No?
Could you genuinely say that we have submitted you to physical pain and suffering?
No? No, I suppose not really. Do you have that in mind?
Oh, not I personally, but I am having some difficulty in restraining Weedy's fantasies.
You're a very beautiful woman.
I know.
In a strange way, I've become quite fond of you. Do you find that strange?
Not at all.
Do you think I like being punished?
You are English upper class.
I should keep on restraining Weedy's fantasies if I were you.
Yes?
In my present weakened condition, he might easily kill me.
So?
So if I die, everything I have goes to the state, including my share in the Templar Cosmetic Company.
I shall restrain Weedy.
Good.
You are not such a fool as you look.
The greatest weapon of the English upper classes.
I am bringing somebody to see you this evening.
Oh, who?
Your godfather, Sir Wilfrid Templar.
Come in. Oh, hello, Sullivan.
Sorry to leave it so late.
No, not at all. Come in, come in.
As a matter of fact, old man, I'm not alone, a friend.
Bring him in, too.
Oh, it's a her.
Well, no names, then.
Of course. Candy. Candy's a model.
Really?
About that information you wanted, old man, you'll have it before noon.
Excellent.
Candy told me something frightfully odd this evening.
Well, let's hear it, then.
About 6 months ago, Candy's flat was broken into.
And what was taken?
Oh, nothing much. Ring or two, mink stole, little money, transistor set. and a bottle of scent.
Scent, eh?
Very special scent.
In what way?
Only 2 tiny flasks of it in the world, old man.
Special indeed.
Very, very special.
Special? Ha ha.
Yes, it would appear that the best is yet to come.
Oh, but yes.
Well then, Sullivan, let the good times roll.
You see, old man, Candy was having a kind of thing with this chappie at the time.
What chappie?
Name of Barrington Pym.
What did he do? For a living, I mean.
A research chemist.
With?
Templar Cosmetic Company.
Proceed.
Oh, one night he brought her this flask of perfume. Very excited about the whole thing, something new they developed, going to be one of the great scents of all time, that sort of rot.
Yes.
Well, they'd only made up a small quantity of the stuff, it seems, and he'd nicked a flask of it for Candy. It being a special sort of scent, her being a special person, blah, blah, blah.
What is the point of all this?
The point is what happened when Candy used the scent.
And what did happen?
It turned her into an imbecile for 24 hours.
You're joking.
True, old man. She was dressing to go out and dabbed some behind her ears, usual places, sat down, suddenly felt tired, next thing the following evening.
Where's the loo?
Down the corridor, third on the right. How would one tell, old boy, if Candy had been turned into an imbecile?
She's desperately insecure, old man.
Yes, but what about the scent?
Well, Pym tried to get it back, kept phoning and calling in an absolute muck sweat.
Candy refused.
Oh, Candy never gives anything back.
I see. Had he got a key to her flat?
Yes.
Yes, significant, highly significant. But you said there were 2 flasks of scent.
Yes, I believe the original one, the official one, so to speak, was sent to a French actress. You know, the one that's in every other film you see with the shaggy armpits. Interesting, old man? Oh, well, must toddle off now, old chap. Good night.
Get me Interpol.
Five past 10.
So you got a wristwatch.
Blood-stained dustbins.
Very democratic. Everybody falls over them.
You have news of my godson?
We are going on a little trip.
Better do as the man says.
Well, I should like to know first.
You can come and see him right now. Or wait till we send him back to you. One finger at a time.
As you wish.
Let's go then.
Don't you ever go home?
Draw a blank, Inspector.
Redbirds.
But you've checked.
How can you check on someone whose description fits every nondescript in the country?
Who doesn't own a car? Or a scooter? Who walks everywhere?
We're still checking.
I see.
So now you're right in the picture.
I'm afraid, gentlemen, that the canvas may be wider than we at first expected.
What does that mean?
This might be a job for Interpol.
Oh, no.
I want you to bring in a certain Mr. Barrington Pym.
What for?
Because I wish to chat to him about scent.
Masks off at midnight.
Well, how are you, my boy?
Oh, splendid, just splendid.
I think I know how you feel.
Do you?
That strange chap who brought me here told me all about it in the car. Seemed to enjoy talking about it. Sadist.
Have you met his mistress?
Doesn't surprise me that he has one.
No, I'm talking about his boss, a lady called Silly Van Epp.
Ah.
You know her?
She's been in touch with me. She wants to take over the firm.
That is an understatement.
She already has the promise of my sister Vera's shares.
And you refuse to sell her yours?
Of course.
Which leaves me with the casting vote.
I'm afraid so.
Have you any idea what's been happening to me and what is likely to happen?
The sadistic gentleman was most explicit.
Look, I don't give a tinker's curse about your blasted perfume company.
My dear boy, you don't quite understand.
I understand. I'm just about to have mine lots.
I want you to listen to me for a moment.
I'm listening.
There are times when destiny lays its hands on a man. It is important to recognize such moments, and having recognized them, to ensure that one is not found wanting.
What the hell are you talking about?
For your father and myself, that moment of destiny came in the final test at the Oval in 1924. The series was all square, the wicket green, the Australian fast bowlers almost unplayable. The first ball I received reared up and hit me on the head. At the end of half an hour, I had slight concussion and 2 cracked ribs. Your father had a fractured finger and a black eye. At the end of each over, we would walk down the wicket and smile at each other. We didn't speak, just smiled. We didn't have to speak, for we knew in some mystic way that we were no longer ourselves. We were transcendent. We were England.
I wish I was dead.
In the pavilion at close of play, I looked at my bruised and battered body, and at your father's too, of course, and for an ecstatic moment I seemed to see those red patches on our skins as the red patches the English had scattered across the map of the world. Patches that proudly proclaimed fortitude, selflessness, and guts.
Oh, this has to be a dream.
I am aware that there are fewer and fewer of those patches left on the map, and I am aware that those of us who regret this are considered totally out of date and completely irresponsible. The so-called intelligentsia has made us a laughingstock. Very well, and so be it. I am content to be laughed at. The heart, too, has its reason, and the old England may well prove more durable than the new statesman.
Oh, my God.
To you, the Templar Cosmetic Company may be just a silly perfume business, but you must see it as something more, as part of the fabric of England, something rooted in English soil, nourished by English rain, brought to fruition by English sun under an English heaven. If you are only touched by material reasons, then think of its importance in the English export drive. Last year, our African exports were quadrupled. This year, the figure will be even better. The blacks are demanding the gracious life. Golden beds, model dresses, television, perfume. I find it exciting to think that though they may have left the Empire, they will still smell British.
What happens to me?
You must stick it out to the bitter end.
I don't want to...
You must see to it that the Templar Cosmetic Company remains a pure English company and not a mongrel Anglo-Asiatic concern.
Oh, that is Nazi talk.
You are too young for that remark to have any meaning.
But I am a sick man.
Therefore, the odds are against you. But remember your heritage. You are the English army before Agincourt. You are the last fight of the Revenge. You're the charge of the Light Brigade. You're Rorke's Drift. You are the Battle of Britain. When things become intolerable, remember your father and that green wicket at the Oval in 1924. Bite on the bullet, Christopher. Bite on the bullet. Bite on the bullet.
I will let the side down. I will sell the pass. I will let the side down. I will sell the goddamn pestering, cretinous, idiotic, moronic, bloody British pass. I will sell the pass. Name your price.
Bite the bullet. Bite the bullet. I will sell the pass. I will sell the pass. I will sell the pass.
You've already sold it, darling.
Oh, let's sell it again.
Breakfast.
Morning, Miss Dunner.
Morning, sir.
Busy day ahead.
Makes the time pass quicker, sir.
Interesting reports from Interpol and fascinating gossip from our stock exchange friend. Hello. Yes, speaking. Oh, really? Is he? Interesting, interesting. Leave everything to me. Bye.
Good news?
It seems that the missing gentleman Vaughan is about to reappear.
Good.
And there is also a chance that we may have to call upon you for a spell of special duty.
Oh, please. Oh, please, 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 please.
Who is it? Weedy. Oh, come in.
That crease is sharp enough to slice bread.
You're a marvel.
Yeah. I know a little woman round the corner that runs up curtains.
Have you heard the news?
Yeah.
Well, aren't you going to congratulate me?
Yeah. Congratulations.
Thank you. Are you going to stay home with us after we're married?
Of course he will.
You look marvellous.
Thank you.
I can't wait to get that special license. Are you going to come along with me?
Oh, no, darling. I'll meet up with you for lunch. I have a little business matter to attend to.
You'll be all right when I'm gone.
Perfectly all right, thank you, Miss Dunner.
I'll get it over quickly.
Yes, I'm sure you will.
Mr. Barrington Pym.
Aha.
Mr. Pym is angry.
Mr. Pym is outraged.
Mr. Pym holds strong opinions on the liberty of the subject.
Mr. Pym holds strong opinions on practically everything.
Whatever this is about, it better be good.
I think that you'll find it so. I wish to speak to Mr. Pym alone. One moment.
I don't understand.
Bring him in. You'll find him at one or other of the addresses I've jotted down.
Bloody messenger boys, that's all we are.
You shouldn't have joined. When were you last in Paris, Mr. Pym?
I can't remember.
Did you have an affair with a model girl called Candy?
Oh, don't see what concern that is of yours.
The strangest things are often my concern.
Such as?
Oh, research chemists faking burglaries, for instance.
No comment.
It was the bottle of scent you were after, wasn't it?
No comment.
Look, Mr. Pym, don't let's waste each other's time by trying to be clever with one another. I know perfectly well that you burgled the model girl's flat. And I've also got good reason to believe from an Interpol report that you attempted to do the same thing unsuccessfully in Paris.
So?
Neither incident is in itself important. Both could be tactfully overlooked. If you are prepared to cooperate.
Well, I'm afraid I haven't the faintest idea what you're talking about.
I'm talking about that stuff that you discovered by mistake. You may be a benefit to humanity, Mr. Pym.
I beg your pardon?
You may have invented a gentle weapon, the ultimate soothing deterrent.
Then consider it disinvented. Why? Because it could be developed further, that's why. To the point where it became an absolute killer.
Are you sure of that?
Of course I'm sure. I'm a scientist, and a very good one.
Then what you have just told me alters the situation quite importantly.
Well, I'm afraid there's no situation to alter.
What do you mean?
Well, we didn't make very much of the stuff. But what there was, I got rid of. I reported the experiment a failure, burnt my notes, and destroyed the files. After I'd finished, the thing might never have happened.
Could you make this stuff again?
Of course.
That makes you rather important and very dangerous.
Don't be silly.
Mr. Pym, silly is the last thing that I intend to be. Oh, no, sir. I intend to be neither silly nor careless.
Mr. Phil Scrotty,
Yeah?
fell over your dustbins.
That makes you a member of a very large club. What's your problem?
Oh, no problem. None at all.
Well, what do you want then?
I'm a specialist.
In what?
This.
What do you want with me?
Let me tell you a little story that a stock exchange friend told me.
I'm not in the mood for stock exchange stories.
This concerns a company which manufactures cosmetics.
Then I've heard it.
The founder of the firm had both a son and daughter, both of whom he loved very dearly. But unfortunately, they didn't love each other. In fact, I think that it can be truthfully said that Sir Wilfrid Templar and his sister could not agree upon one single point.
And he's a pompous fool.
He may well be, but his father loved him. Nevertheless, he foresaw that there might be trouble after he had gone. I mean, after all, if the brother and the sister could not agree upon one single point, they might easily destroy the firm he'd painstakingly built up. So what did he do?
I'll tell you what he did. He organized the firm on a basis of 100,001 shares. 50,000 went to the son, 50,000 went to the daughter, and one single solitary share went to a lawyer whose judgment and integrity he respected.
Your grandfather?
Yes.
Who left it to your father, who in turn left it to you?
Yes.
And have you yet disposed of your single share, Mr. Vaughan?
Not yet.
But you intend to?
Yes.
To this Van Epp woman?
You're talking about my fiancée.
Oh, my dear sir. She'll marry you and you will die mysteriously, and she'll be left an attractive widow with everything that you possess, including your single solitary share.
She doesn't have to do that. I promised to hand over my share the moment after we're married.
I'd much rather that you handed it over to me.
I'm afraid my fiancée has more to offer than you.
What I'm asking you to do is in the national interest.
I can't imagine one lonely little share affecting the fate of the nation.
You must take my word for it that that is the case.
I'm afraid you'll have to do better than that.
Well, unfortunately, I'm not in a position to.
Well, that's that, isn't it?
Not quite. Your last customer?
He'll cooperate.
Good. Put Mr. Vaughan in beside him.
This way, Mr. Vaughan.
Scotty was right.
About what?
You're the only person who doesn't fall over the dustbins.
Where is Scrotty?
Did you, get the shares from Sir Wilfrid's sister?
Yes.
I'll buy them from you. At what they cost, plus 10%.
What has happened to you, Weedy?
Oh, now, come on. You're in the business for the money, aren't you?
But yes.
Well?
Oh, what I paid for the shares plus 10% is nothing to the money I shall make when I control the company.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Something has happened to you, Weedy.
No, not to me, to you. Now, look here. You're not going to control the company because you're not ever going to see Vaughan again.
Who are you?
I'm a British agent. Scrotty was too, but he started playing double and, well, he got specialized.
You know everything?
The lot.
About the funny perfume, too?
About that, too.
Oh, if that stupid French cow had not dropped her bottle overboard in the Mediterranean, none of this need have happened.
Well, you know what French actresses are.
I think I will keep the shares.
Why?
And perhaps it is because I have always been something of a hoarder.
There's a syllable too many there.
All they did was dunk me in a bath. 4 times they dunked me.
Oh, stop talking like a donut.
4 times only, and I'm eating out of their hands.
They almost drowned you.
No rack, no electric shocks, nothing up the fingernails. Just
Just a little beating and then the bath.
Now, look, old chap.
People like me shouldn't develop principles.
If you get out, you will go and see that girl I told you about, won't you?
Yes.
Do you remember the address?
I remember. Can you guess what time it is?
Well, it's about midnight.
Which one?
Vaughan.
And me?
You can go wherever people like you go.
Yes, but what about Vaughan?
Never heard the name.
Oh, but...
There's no such person. Understand?
Yes, I understand.
Christopher Robin Vaughan, age 27, born London, educated Winchester and Balliol. Address 16 Solarhurst Mansions, SW7.
Clubs?
Antisocial. Hobbies?
Watching birds.
Watching 'em?
Proceed. Vaughan stands before you a willful and contumacious enemy of the realm.
What does contumacious mean?
Stubborn.
Oh, damn it, man, use English.
Specify his offence. He possesses one single share in a cosmetic company.
One single share?
But a very special share.
One moment. The worship of mere quantity is a detestable modern heresy. Remember Pascal. If Cleopatra's nose had been an inch longer, the whole of history would have been changed.
Thank you, my lord. It so happens, through a combination of circumstances, that this single share carries with it a decisive vote in a perfectly balanced voting situation.
In a cosmetic company?
6 months ago, a research chemist in the company concerned discovered by accident a fluid capable of totally immobilizing a human being for 24 hours. Furthermore, I am assured that this same fluid can perfectly easily be turned into something absolutely lethal. Unfortunately, this discovery came to the notice of a woman whose international reputation is, to say the very least, dubious. And Vaughan has not only the avowed intention of marrying this woman, but also proposes to present to her his single share as a wedding gift. She will thereby gain control of the company, much against the wishes of Sir Wilfrid Templar.
The old cricketer?
Yes.
Templar and Vaughan?
Yes.
Then this Vaughan must be... bad show. Shocking bad show.
Couldn't you buy the lady out?
We have tried to, but with little avail.
Is the young man highly sexed?
Not to the best of my knowledge, my lord.
Must be.
Have you tried persuasion?
By every means.
And still he remains stubborn?
Immovable.
But damn it all, we can't let a thing like this go through our hands just
There
because
is one
exactly
thing.
right.
There is one thing, gentlemen, which I have omitted to tell you. If Vaughan were to die at this moment, his share would become the property of the state. And in this eventuality, we, together with Sir Wilfrid Templar, would gain effective control. And I am assured that the lady in question would come to terms. Agreed. Affirm in the usual manner.
Breathes there a man with soul so dead,
Who never to himself hath said,
This is my own, my native land.
Whose heart within hath ne'er burned.
As home his footsteps he hath turned.
from wandering on some foreign strand.
If such there breathe, go mark him well. For him no minstrel raptures swell. High though his titles, proud his name, boundless his wealth as wish can claim. Despite these titles, power and pelf, the wretch concentered all in self, living shall forfeit fair renown, and doubly dying shall go down to the vile dust from which he sprung, unwept, unhonored, and unsung. I shall pray for you, my boy.
Why don't you go too?
Well, you see, I'm the specialist.
I couldn't sleep. I keep thinking about Christopher.
Poor Vaughan.
It was kind of you to come.
There are times when people shouldn't be alone.
I am wearing this black nightgown in his memory.
I like that.
I don't think his death should be in vain. Do you?
Oh, it certainly shouldn't.
But life goes on, doesn't it?
That's what we're led to believe.
Despite all the horrible things they invent.
Despite them all.
Tell me about the antidote you didn't tell them about.